Okay, so welcome back. We're going to be solving another dynamics question from Meriam textbook, and we need to determine the steady state angle alpha if the constant force P is applied to the cart of mass m. So we have the mass of this cart, which is m. The pendulum bob has a mass of m, which we can see in here, and there is a rigid bar of length L that has negligible mass. So the bar does not have any mass, and we can ignore all the frictions, and we need to evaluate our expression when the force P is 0. So as always, our first step is free body diagram, and we have multiple options to draw the free body diagram. For the first one is we can draw the free body diagram for the cart. So basically we're going to do a cut in here, and we have to deal with the tension in the bar. The second option that we have is going to be just the bob, whereas so again we do this cut in here, we have the mass, and we have the weight of the bob and also the tension in the rod. That looks easier than the previous one, or we can just consider everything as one single object. So looks like that this is a better option for us if we consider the whole thing as one single object. So let's just define our x and y in here. Let's just call the x in this direction. So that's going to be our x, and yeah, we can call this our y-axis. So as I mentioned, we're considering the whole thing as one single object. So the forces that we're going to have, obviously because everything's attached, there is no tension in the length L. So we only have the mass of this mg, and we have the mass of the cart. That's going to be mg, the mass is m though, with a cap letter. And we know this angle is theta, so if that angle is theta, this angle right here would be also theta. And we're gonna have a normal force that is applying to the cart. I'm just gonna consider one from all wheels. So this is basically our net normal force, and the question is telling us there's no friction, so we don't consider any friction. And we're gonna have a similar story. This angle would be also theta, again because this angle is theta as well. So we can do sum of all forces in x equal to mass times acceleration. So the mass in here would be the mass of the entire system, which is the cart and the bob. And we can show our acceleration with ax. So let's see what we have for all the forces in x direction. So we have p, which is positive. We have the x component of the cart weight, which is this force. So it's going to be mg sine of theta. And also here, actually this one's positive too. The other one's also positive, mg sine of theta again. And this will be equal to what we have in the previous part, m plus m ax. So if we want to find the acceleration here, basically we can factor g sine of theta here. So it's going to be m plus m g sine of theta plus p over. So that's going to be one equation that we can get from the free body diagram of entire system as one single object. We can also do our cut. So for the second free body diagram, maybe I'll show it with light blue. We're going to do this cut here. So we have to consider the tension in the rod. And again, we have the same x and y. So this direction would be our x and the other one is y. So we can also do sum of all forces in x direction for that specific part. So let's just show it here, t, g, and let's call this one our x-axis. And this will be our y-axis. This will make angle theta. And also we can see that the angle between t and the y-axis is alpha. So here is also alpha, which means this angle here is alpha. So x direction, we obviously have t sine of alpha positive. We have also mg sine of theta, which is also positive, and this is going to be the same acceleration as the cart. So this time we only have the mass of the bob, and our ax would be basically the same thing. So that's first equation. We can also do sum of all forces in y equals 0. because there is no acceleration in y direction. So we have t cosine of alpha minus mg cosine of theta. So from here, our t would be mg cosine of theta over cosine of alpha. So what we're going to do, we're going to plug this in the previous equation, like instead of t here to get rid of t. So basically we have mg cosine of theta over cosine of alpha times sine of alpha plus mg sine of theta equals to m. And for the ax, we're going to put what we found in the first step. So here, this can be also written if we divide numerator by the denominator, is going to be g sine of theta plus p over m plus m. So we're just going to put that in here times g sine of theta plus p over m plus m. So now we just have to deal with this. This value right here is going to be tangent of alpha. So from this equation, we can cancel out all the m's. And we have basically g sine of theta on the left side, which can be canceled out with the right side. And what's left is tangent of alpha times g cosine of theta, which can go in here, plus m, and we only have p in the numerator. And if we want to find the alpha, basically we're going to have tangent inverse of that value, p over m plus mg cosine of theta. So when the p is 0 at the end of the question is asking us evaluate the expression when p is 0. If the p is 0, the tangent of alpha is going to be 0 because this will be 0, and the angle alpha here is going to be also 0, meaning when there is no force p, pendulum is actually in this location. Hope everything is clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video.